This proposed guidance specifically targeted AR-15 style pistols and similar firearms that have a forearm brace. How does the existence of this brace justifying registering, turning in, destroying, or dismantling these guns as the ATF originally wanted to do?
Well, the way the firearms are classified is they're classified as pistols. Now, what the ATF is saying is the marketing of these pistols by the manufacturers and the intent of some of the users have changed the design of it somehow. So they tried to say, well, it's a short-barreled rifle, which falls under a different classification. Now, firearms are classified under the NFA, the National Firearms Act, or the GCA, the Gun Control Act, which regulates, pistols or shotguns and rifles. So by changing that, they're saying that it's no longer a pistol. It's because of the stabilizing brace. It's some of them are shoulder fired, so they're classifying them as a short-barreled rifle, which are illegal under 18 and 16 inches, depending if it's a shotgun or a rifle. So by this major classification change that they put out, you're talking between 3 and 4 million AR-style pistols that are out there. Now, the ATF's jurisdiction is to study these designs objectively. Now, by the rules they're putting in here, they didn't even have a clear definition as to what they were looking at. So they said, people would have to either have them looked at, register them, turn them in, or destroy them. So they're no longer looking at these objectively. They're looking at these things subjectively because they don't even know what they're looking at this point. So, to throw that out there, I don't see this as being the end of it. I see this as being the start of this fight. So, everyone who did speak up to go after this notice of intent to change the rule should stay on this and should hear it, because there's no doubt a Biden administration is going to pursue these avenues when they get in.
And to your point, that's the concerning thing with how vague a lot of it was written, was that so many, perhaps even millions of gun owners currently who have these AR-15 style pistols with the braces, that they would have to register with the ATF just to have their gun looked at individually, just to make sure if it fit or if it didn't fit the new qualifications. Is that kind of a backdoor way that a lot of these anti-gun people want to use in order to get the gun registries that they talk so much about?
Yeah, no doubt. When you come up with specifications of the design of a rifle to make it legal or illegal, that's not subjective. This is someone's constitutional right. You either come out with a clear, objective statutory regulation of what is legal and what isn't legal, not, hey, bring it to us, we'll look at it and tell you if it's legal or illegal. No, you find that definition out first, and then you let us know, and then we'll see if it's illegal, and we'll fight that through the court system. This is no doubt was a way to register these types of handguns, and to bring it out further, they always bring in potential for crime. These pistols that have this forearm stabilizer have a potential to be used in crimes. Well, they're not. These types of guns are used in less than 1% of the nation's crime. So to say this is going to affect the nation's crime that is skyrocketing in these cities that supported Biden throughout the nation, it's just a fallacy. It's just not the case. Regular small concealed pistols are what's being used in these cities to shoot and rise in the homicide rates and the shooting rates, not these type of firearms.
And a lot of these gun owners who would have been left in limbo if this had gone through, but also there's a lot of gun manufacturers who would have been left in limbo as well with their braces. And one of the things that I'm seeing as well with these back doors, because when we talk about Second Amendment rights, when we talk about gun issues point blank in the media, lots of tension on both sides, but you see these backdoor ways that they're trying to get the same conclusion without having to have the nasty fight in the media. So talk to me a little bit about the effect on manufacturers as well, because it seems like a lot of people, a lot of Democrats, a lot of those on the left are trying to attack gun manufacturers in order to cut down the supply of guns in the first place, and that's just another way to go after the Second Amendment, but not so brazenly.
Yeah, this would have no doubt caused an economic black eye, not only throughout the manufacturers, but the people who work in these manufacturers, the people who design, and the factory workers who are in these companies, the stores that sell these kind of things that would be losing business and shut down, that specialize in these types of things. Like I said, the ATF themselves says there's an estimated between 3 and 4 million of these firearms out there. If these were a crime problem, you'd know about it with that many firearms out there. So the economic value down to the actual crime impact on the communities would just, they're two opposites, and the justification doesn't find the means of what they're trying to do here.